Welcome to Right on the Mark with your host, Mark Young. And
the lovely Kim.
Today, we're not going to make a drink.
No, instead we're going to take you on a look back to our trip to Kentucky and Tennessee.
That's right, folks.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
No drinks are needed now because there was enough drinks needed then.
Yes, we had enough.
That's right. So welcome back to my channel and my non-drink of the week, but we just want to show you what to expect if you ever go to Bardstown, Kentucky.
Right.
And especially if you ever want to go to Nashville, Tennessee. You're going to get the inside deets that nobody tells you about when you get there.
We're going to give you some helpful hints of things you should bring, things you should do.
And yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Because nobody told us what to expect. When we got there, we were blown away. That's right.
Yeah.
So let's first of all start with our trip to Kentucky. We're driving to Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm like, hey, why don't we stop at the Maker's Mark? It's the bourbon capital of the country. Why not stop in Bardstown, Kentucky?
Well, that's one of your favorites, so we
Right.
had to stop there. And we thought, we'll do the Bourbon Trail. Why don't we just go see some other places too? We were planning on going to
Heaven's Hill. We were planning on going to Buffalo Trace. We were planning on going to the Bourbon Museum.
Yeah.
We had all these plans. However, if you go on a Monday, they're all closed. The only thing that's open is Bourbon Tours, which is Maker's Mark,
and
that's what we
it
toured.
takes a while to do that. We thought we were just going to go to the tour, and that was it. But
That's right. So
that
Maker's
wasn't.
Mark is basically a college. It's a campus.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful campus. You go from building to building.
and
Green
a lot
grass.
of outsides. Luckily, it was a good day when we were there,
Right.
so it was sunny and.
Now,
yeah.
Kentucky is known for bluegrass. So you're walking on a nice trail with some Kentucky bluegrass. You're walking from building to building.
With a stream running through the
That's
whole
right.
place. Yeah.
So for you folks that's ever been to, I'll say Hershey, Pennsylvania, you smell the chocolate as you enter Hershey, Pennsylvania. As you enter Bardstown, Kentucky, you smell bourbon. It's in the air.
When you said that, I'm like, no, there's no way. But it was so true. We were driving down the highway and
I'm
you
sniffing.
could smell it.
I'm like, what does that smell? I'm like bourbon. So it's like I'm flying on a magic carpet. I'm like, I smell bourbon. It was fantastic. So we go to our hotel. We stayed at the La Quinta, which is probably
Very good
prime time. Yes.
It was
there was so many things to do in the area. We had a bunch of hotels, a bunch of eateries, a bunch of barbecue, a bunch of Southern hospitality, which they were so nice.
Oh, super nice. Everybody.
Plenty of bourbon, plenty of drinks, although they didn't have Icy Light. That's only in Pennsylvania. They had plenty of whiskey, but we chose to do the bourbon tour.
Yeah.
And like I said, it doesn't get any better than that. You take this tour, you get led by a professional that tells you all the details about how they
all the
make bourbon.
history.
Even get a drink. Well, you got to pay for it. Nothing's free. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that nothing's free. I'm an ambassador at Maker's Mark. My tour was free. The lovely Kim had to pay $18 for
It
her
wasn't
tour
much,
because
yeah.
she's not an ambassador. So as an ambassador, you get 10% off at the last stop, which is the merch. You
Yeah.
get to buy the merchandise. I don't have the shirts and everything here that we bought. I probably should have shown the Maker's Mark stuff.
But the thing about it is that it takes probably about 45 minutes. And then if you want to go into the place to buy the merchandise, you do that. If you buy a bottle of Maker's Mark, you can dip the top of it yourself.
That's right. So the red wax on here, you can get the tab out or the tab in. If you get this little tab in, that means you're not going to open the bottle. So they ask you that before you dip it.
So be prepared.
I got the tab out because why am I not going to drink the bottle that I dipped? Basically, you dip it in the wax, you spin it, and you put it down. And they teach you all that while you're there.
And then you can go and shop around the store while your bottle is, the wax is hardening.
That's exactly right. So we
Yep.
bought a bunch of brochures. We bought some
Some
magazines.
t-shirts.
T-shirts, which we didn't show. We got some labels here.
Yeah, you get this on the tour. They give you one of the labels.
So that was stop number one. blew our mind.
Yeah, it was great.
So stop number 2 was Nashville,
the main
Tennessee. Yeah, so we went down to celebrate my little sister Dana's 50th birthday party. So down there, they got there first. We met them, and we actually stayed with them until our room was ready.
Right.
We stayed at the
Home 2 Suites
Home
by
2 Suites.
Hilton.
Shout out to Home 2 Suites.
Probably the main street is Broadway in Nashville. So our hotel was probably about three blocks away from it. So
yeah, they're short blocks. They're not New York blocks. So if you're in New York, a block's a mile. This is maybe 100 yards is 1 block. So you're right near Broadway. And if you ever go to Nashville, Broadway is where everything's at. I mean, the Ryan Museum, the Ryan Auditorium, that's where all the big stars go. And these are the bands that we saw are borderline professional.
Up and coming.
Right. These aren't your local yokel bands.
But they're all so good.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I mean, we went to so many bars. I mean, we're going to get into it. Hopefully you're going to tune in and listen to us long enough. We're going to give you the inside deets if you ever get to Nashville. First of all, the drinks are outrageous. You're going to spend anywhere from $10 to $15 a drink.
Plan on spending lots of money, but bring cash, because if you don't bring cash,
they're going to add to your tab. They're going to basically pad the
there's
bill
a fee for
using your credit card.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're just going to spend money. So you're just going to accept it like taxes. Nobody wants to pay taxes, but you pay it and you accept it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So we did a lot of that. There's a lot of good places to eat. We went to a Jack's somewhere. There's a Jack's barbecue. There's plenty of barbecue down there. You're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for the drinks. One thing I will say is there's no cover charge into any bars there. No. So that's good to know.
Right.
However, there's a catch. Lovely Kim, what's the catch?
They're going to be bringing around the big buckets and asking you to make a donation. And if you make a donation to them, they'll play a specific song that you request.
Yes. So these donations are not $5, $6, $10. They're $100 bucket donations.
20 starts the lowest bucket, they request for.
So if you want to play Country Roads, because you want to listen to Country Roads because you're from West Virginia, you're going to throw them a $100 bill and it brings you to the top of the list. They'll sing Country Roads. If you throw Finsky and like a $5 in there, they may get to your song, they may not. Yeah. So the bucket gets passed around multiple times. So that's gonna, as soon as you take a seat, you're gonna get a drink and you're gonna get a bucket. So if you don't want to spend the money, you either stand outside the bar and listen through the wall.
Listen to them. Well, they actually have like windows that open into the bar, so you can stand out there and watch some of the performers.
Or you could stand and be a wallflower by the bathroom and not pay anything. Yeah. So we chose to drink, eat, donate. I consider it a donation. Yeah. I want to go down there and have fun. So if you have a few $1,000s, you want to go down there, you're going to spend it.
Yes.
The drinks are good. I was drinking Nashville Light beer, which is, I want to drink what the locals drink.
It was good. You liked it.
Oh, it was fantastic. I want to drink what the locals drink. Lovely Kim was drinking mixed drinks. Dana and Justin were drinking a variation of mixed drinks, beer, anything. Dana just wanted to go to every bar.
That's what we did. We pretty much had a drink at each bar, watched some of the bands, and then moved on to the next bar, which was nice because we got to see a lot of different locations. And the other thing that I'm going to say is wear good shoes. If you're planning on wearing boots, make sure they're broken in because otherwise your feet are going to be miserable.
Good point, lovely Kim.
And be prepared to do a lot of stair climbing.
Yeah, so there's multiple levels to every bar you go to, and each level has a band. Yeah. So if there's a rooftop, if there's 3 floors and a rooftop, you got 4 bands playing. And that means 4 buckets being passed around, which means more money. So you pick out your favorite bands. I'll quickly just want to go through some of our favorite bands in case you guys are planning to go there within the next 6 to 12 months. We like I like Evan Coyote. I like Chase Ryan.
Well, Chase Ryan and Evan are together a lot.
Yeah. John Stone, which I call Kevin Nash. Bobby McClendon was, he looked just like Ben Roethlisberger. Jake Dodds is excellent.
Yeah.
He's well known. Who else we got here? A bunch of other names that I don't have written down here.
Some of them that we saw, we didn't catch what their names were,
Yeah.
but they were
A lot of leather pants for the lady singers and a lot of redneck shirt for the guys. I mean, basic. Yeah.
jorts.
That's right. A lot of jorts and long hair. A lot of mullets, you might want to say.
Yeah.
So some of the other inside deets that you might not know is there's going to be hidden costs. So if you buy a round of shots, it's probably going to cost you anywhere from $50 to $60 for that round of shots. And then they're going to tell you that there's a line at the bottom of it saying there's extra because you put it on a credit card.
Yeah, if you put it on a credit
There's
card,
an
you're
extra
gonna pay
charge
extra.
for that. You might have brought that up earlier.
Yeah.
But for anything you do, there's an extra charge.
Yeah.
So watch your tab. Basically, don't watch your tab. You're there to have fun, spend the money. Some of the places we went to, now we purely honky tonked. If you don't know what honky tonk is, we're not going to explain that because it's just going to take up more time. But if you go to Nashville, you're going to want a honky tonk every day. Look it up. We can't explain
There's
it.
a lot of places that you can go to. The Ryan Auditorium. You can go to if you don't want to go drinking, you know,
Right.
to every bar, you can go there. Did we go
The
to
country?
Nope.
No. Did we go to the country?
Music Hall of Fame?
That's a negative.
Nope.
There was a fantastic Italian bar Italian restaurant we wanted to go to where gnocchis were $28. No. Spaghetti and meatballs was $27.
Didn't
We
go
said
there.
no.
No. There is a place there that's basically like a food court where you could go there and you can have food. There was some
Hot
good chicken there.
Hot chicken.
You know,
Dana?
it's
Like
cheaper.
hot
You
chicken?
can also get drinks there too. It's cheaper.
That's true. So if you go to the food court there, it's okay, but it's not as good as if you go to a regular restaurant there. So some of the bars, restaurants that we went to, and this is in no particular order, these are the bars that you're going to want to go to because they're probably the top 20. So I hope that you lasted this long in the video because I'm going to go over these ones that you're going to want to hit. First of all, you're going to want to go to Kid Rock's Honky Tonk.
That was the best. We had the best.
No
one
doubt.
there.
You're going to want to have to go to Luke Bryan's bar. Whiskey Row. Whiskey Row, Dirks Bentley, Rippy's Bar is a for sure you got to go.
Rippy's, yeah,
no
that's
doubt.
good.
You're going to see a lot of fiddle players. Now, fiddler player is just another word for violin player, but
Yeah.
these guys are professional fiddlers.
Man, they do.
You got to go to Tootsie's.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's a classic.
Right. That's a classic. There's multiple levels. Remember that, multiple levels. You're going to want to go to Old Red's because if you like the song Old Red, I'm not going to get into it. If you like country music, you got to go here.
Yeah, there's Luke Bryan. There's Dirks Bentley.
Margaritaville.
Margaritaville. If you go to Margaritaville on Fridays, they have clearly Music Row Happy
There you go.
Hour. You can go there and you can see that. We didn't see that, but
That's
you know,
right.
be prepared to stand in line for a long time if you decide to go to that though, because there is.
Who's the DJ there that does that? Forget his name. His name escapes me from now. But yeah, he does live shows from there. We did go to Old Smoky's Distillery. We did go to Jason Aldean. We went to Coyote Ugly's bar. So the Coyote Ugly's there. We went to Valentine's Lucky Bastard Saloon. There's a lot of other places we went to. But
The thing that's good about that is no cover charge, so you can go from one bar to another.
Right.
You know, you don't have to say, "Oh, I'm just going to go to this bar for
right.
the night."
One thing, if you ever want to buy a hat or buy boots, is you're going to want to buy it in Nashville. What better way to explain where you bought your hat or boots than in Nashville? I mean, we went to the boot barn, so we bought a pair of boots.
We each got a pair of
Right.
boots. Yeah.
So they're called Cody James. So these are authentic ostrich boots. So
Mine are Cheyenne.
yours are Cheyenne. Mine are just called Cody James, and those are called Cheyenne.
Yeah.
But the boot barn is where you're going to want to buy your hat and your shoes.
Yes.
So it's a very, very fantastic place to visit. We hope that we gave you some insight on you're going to spend money. The bars aren't going to charge you to get in, but you're going to get hit with the bucket. You're going to pay
You
for
want to
food.
leave your mark, bring a Sharpie, because everybody signs the walls in the stairs. As you
Right.
go up and down the stairs, you can sign your name
Right.
on it.
Now, this isn't for the faint of heart. If you got a weak heart, probably don't go.
Well, some of the bars have elevators, so you could get up.
You
in
can.
an elevator.
I'd recommend, although my ears are fine because I'm around loud sounds all the time, but it is very loud. You might want to bring some earpieces. People brought some earpieces.
Nashville seems very safe. I never felt unsafe.
No.
And it's very family friendly. There's a lot of kids there.
Yeah.
You know, the kids were in the bars,
Under
restaurants,
21s,
listening to
definitely.
music. With a lot of the little kids had the earplugs in their
the
ears.
earplugs. So
so I mean, it was
right.
fine.
If you're hard of hearing, you might want to go to Nashville. How about that?
You don't feel
hard of
bad
hearing.
saying what?
Yeah.
What?
We're not hard of hearing, but afterwards we were hard of hearing. So after we did all this, folks, I found out one thing. My job is pretty boring. According to all these artists that sing, I love their life. They're playing 3-4 times a day till 3 a.m.
I know.
Then they get up at 9 or 10 a.m. and play again.
Yeah.
So Nashville is not for the faint of heart. You're going to walk, you're going to sweat. It's sweltering down there. Depending when you go, you're going to hear music. You're going to love it. You're going to want to take your friends. So I recommend going with friends. You're going to want to share the
A
experience.
lot of bachelorette parties. I didn't see bachelor parties. We saw a lot of bachelor.
So pedal taverns are big there. If you don't know what a pedal tavern is, look it up. You're basically pedaling as you drink.
You're working.
They have carriage rides with horses down the main street.
Yeah.
They block streets off. There's rooftop drinking. I've actually seen, there's a lot of, you're going to have this, folks, there's a lot of beggars on the street.
Yeah, but they don't really bother you.
No,
Come up to you or anything.
One of my favorite was a Trump bum on the street. He was a Trump bum just waving, just like him,
Trump
needing money.
bum.
So he was a blast to see. There's so much to see and do, folks. We highly recommend if you ever go to Nashville.
It was great.
Yeah, it was a fantastic time. I'm sorry if this video took up too much of your time. We don't have enough time to go over all this. We just wanted to make a quick, maybe 15 to 20 minute video so you understand what you're getting into, and we recommend going to Nashville. Lovely, Kim. Let's bring this thing home because we got so many things going on here. I think we covered everything. If you have any questions about going there, what you should wear, what you should bring, comment below. Let us know, and then we'll respond and tell you what you're getting into, because nobody gave us the inside details on what we were getting into. So we thought by making this video, we'd give you some inside deets. But anyway, folks, that about wraps it up for Honky Tonk and with Right on the Mark and
the lovely Kim.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell because you don't want to miss any of this inside information.
Bring you a drink next time.
That's right.
Yep.
Cheers.
Bye,
See you next time,
everybody.
folks. Give me an icy light.
I'm going to crack open this very rare Buffalo Trace. No.
I do have to give it one final bingo, baby. Nashville will take you to the promised land. No doubt about it. You want to forget that.